Hello everyone, Guilherme Nemeth here. I'm the developer of q1compile, a Quake 1 map compiling GUI. I'm here to explain how to create a basic map compiling config and also explain the more advanced options. First of all, I'm going to create a basic map here, just a room and a player start. If you're not familiar with making maps for Quake and using Trench Broom, you should watch Dump Trucks tutorials. I will leave their channel in the description. Alright, so I created the map, now I have it compiled in order to play it. I have a fresh download of q1compile here, so my config is all empty, but I could also click in the menu File, New Config to start fresh. For the config name you can put whatever you like, it just helps to identify which config you are using. The config path will show you where the file is once it's saved. The tools dir is the directory where the actual map compiling tools are, namely the QBSP, Lite and Vs tools. I already downloaded Eric W's tools, and I will also put the link in the description in case you haven't downloaded it yet. Anyways, once you have downloaded and unzipped, you should point to the bin directory, because that's where the executables are. The work dir is a place for the compiling tools to spit temporary files, in order to not pollute your output or source directory. If you don't care about it, you can just leave it in the default value, which is your user's temporary directory. The output dir is where you want the compiled BSP and lit files to be. I normally set this to the maps directory inside my game dir. The editor exe is optional, but you can set it here to be able to open the editor as soon as q1compile launches, or by hitting the Ctrl E keyboard shortcut. The engine exe is the Quake engine executable of your preference. The map source is the map file you want to compile. Now we are going to set up the compiling tools, flags and arguments. For this basic map, I'm just going to enable everything and leave it without arguments. Alright, so this setup is enough to compile our test map, so I will use the menu compile and run to compile and run the map. But you can also hit Ctrl C in the keyboard to do the same thing. And now we are playing the map we have created. Great. So now I will explain the more advanced options, which are aimed at increasing the mapper's productivity and iteration times. Also, this section is for people that are already familiar with compiling maps for Quake in general. First, let's talk about compiling tools presets. You can select a built-in preset and it will populate the fields with the preset arguments. The built-in presets are good enough for the basic use case, but you can create new ones in the presets window by clicking Manage Presets or hitting Ctrl P. I'm going to duplicate a built-in preset and change it a little. The presets are automatically saved and available for all configs. You can also export a preset into a separate file and send it to someone. So they can import the presets using this button. Also, in case you forget all the possible arguments for these tools, you can click in the help button for each one of them and it will display the help information of the particular tool. Now I'm going to explain the other options section. The Watch Map for Changes option allows you to automatically compile the map when it's saved in the editor. So I'm going to make a change here in the map and save it. Great, it's automatically compiled. When you enable the Watch Map option, you can also enable the Auto-Apply onlyents option, which will read the map file and compare it to the previous version. It will then enable only the necessary compilation steps to avoid losing time when recompile big maps. To demonstrate this, I'm going to select a bigger map I have made already and load the config for it. Okay, so I have the map open in Trenchbroom, and I will first run a full compile so you can see the time it takes to light and viz the map. Now I'm going to enable Auto-Apply onlyents option, and I'm going to add a light to the map and save it. That was a lot faster because I only really needed to recompile the lighting of the map. Now I'm going to edit a road spawn field that also influences the lighting. Great, it just recompiled the lighting as well. Now I'm going to add a new monster which has nothing to do with the map geometry and see what happens. That was really fast because q1compile applied the onlyents argument to every compilation step. To finish this section, I'm going to edit a brush in the map. And now it's doing a full compile again. Okay, moving on, the use map mod as game arguments option will read which mod is enabled in the map and use that as the game argument for the Quake engine. This option only works when you use Trenchbroom as the map editor for now. This map is in a different game tier than ID1, and you can see that when I hit run. It automatically puts the game argument in the command line to the mod folder. The Quake console output enabled option controls whether you want the output of the Quake console printed here in q1compile. The compile map on launch option will compile the map as soon as q1compile launches, if enabled. And the Open Editor on Launch option will open the map in the configured editor as soon as q1compile launches, if enabled. Last but not least, if you compile a map and it has leaks in it, q1compile will show you this little warning at the right side of the status window, so you can open the generated PTS file in the editor and fix the leaks. That's it for this video. I'll leave the download link for the latest version of q1compile in the description. If you have any problems using this tool, you can send me an email, ping me on Discord, or open a ticket in GitHub. Thanks for watching. Bye.